All right. Back at it again. Just so y'all know what we do out here on the road and what it really looks like and everything. I'm about to go to bed. And just to let y'all know, I'm probably like 45 minutes away from the house. But I got a bed in the bunk. Well, I got a bed on the truck, a bunk. And I don't trust myself to get up early enough in the morning and get outside, get out the door, get in my truck, or get in my car, go get coffee, get in my truck, get back under my trailer, hook up, lock up, and drive back out. To where I need to pick up, which is approximately 90 miles away. So me sleeping in the truck save probably 2 hours. If I'm being honest with myself, I'm being intellectually honest with myself. Not intellectually honest, but being honest with myself. I have trouble leaving the house when I get in there. So this is going to be my view for the night. People think you're up to something, you got a girlfriend every town and everything. This is it, really. Surrounded by other truckers that are on their phone, on their social media, talking to their wives, girlfriends, or whatever. And there's probably some ladies out here too, but not very many. The industry as a whole is about 7% women, so 7%. So 93%. And there's probably 100% dudes in these parking lots right now. So that's it. While I got your attention, I want to talk to you about the real business of trucking. You know, what people don't tell you. You know, a lot of these guys get on here and they tell you, you know, keep the driver's side door shut, truck your miles, all that stuff. And you know, really, it's not even really about mileage, honestly. It's about how much you get paid per load. The reason I deadheaded today with 200 miles is because I get $1,000 tomorrow, and I can pick it up and drop it in the same day. You know, which would bring me probably gonna bring me about, again, once it's all said and done, probably $700 or $800 in that 5 hour span. And I get to pick something else up, and haven't decided on whether or not I'm going to Texas or Florida. I'd prefer Texas, but it doesn't seem like a lot of freight is going that way. And if not, and if it is, it's sub 2,000, under $2,000. They wanted me to stay out, go to South Carolina and pick up a load. I was paying. It was advertised as $2,500. I call, they're down to $2,300, and I'm like, you know, and I got a deadhead 120 miles, John Deere tractors, that type of stuff. I'm not with it, not interested. You know, 3 drops, that's what it was. So those drops, you know, can be a lot of issues with drops, multiple drops. I like one pick, one drop. So that's why I turned that down. $2,300 for, you know, almost 1,200 miles. You know, under $2 a mile. You know, and you know you get like 280 coming back, so it ends up being about 2. You know, whatever. You do the math. But you know, it makes for a good week. But you know, I would have had to miss the load for $1,000 that I'm getting that's going 160 miles, and I can still get a load going to Florida or Texas. So decided against that. Came on down to stayed in Georgia. So now I'm out here in Georgia and 45 miles away from the house, but not going. Like I said, I got to put my money above my comfort sometimes. You know, like I told you guys before, this is more of a lifestyle than it is a job. So potentially tomorrow, even though I missed $950 a day, potentially tomorrow, hopefully, I can get that load off. Get that load off. Either way, I can get the freight delivered and pick something else up, you know, for that same $2,000. So now I'm looking at $3,000 over the weekend. You know, got $3,000 by Monday. And that makes things a whole lot easier financially, trust me. You know, especially when your insurance is $2,400 a month, you know. Crazy. Your truck payment is $2,000 a month, so you know. Makes things a lot easier. You got to think like that. But back to what I was saying about the business. A lot of people get in this and they forget about the business end. There's a lot more to this that you need to be focused on other than just driving and, you know, purchasing equipment and all this stuff. It's all important. It's all a major part of it, you know, and just getting your authority. But man, I'm going to tell you something. Running up those numbers on your corporation is really the most critical thing. I'm going to tell you right now, your ass is out here and you ain't got no corporation, you are fucking up big time. You are messing up. Excuse my language. I'll tell you right now, it ain't nothing like running 20K through a business every month with a Dun & Bradstreet score, an Equifax business score. I'm telling you that right now. You get that popping off for a year or two. I'm telling you right now, it ain't nothing for you to get $200,000-$300,000 worth of equipment if you know what you're doing. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know where to go. I'm telling you right now, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know where to go. That don't do this. You know what I'm saying? If you just, you know, there's some trust me, there's some misers out there. I got a buddy out here. He's bought multiple trucks, but he did it the old-fashioned way. But you know, he doesn't have anything else going on but trucking. He likes big pickup trucks and motorcycles, and that's about it. You know, he goes home and he's really into friends more so than family. So, you know, but yeah, he's made it. But he was on an ag run, and that paid him like, you know, $4,000 into Florida from Arkansas. He did that every week and just had to find his way home, and that was, you know, that helped him out tremendously. Great run. And also a little well-kept secret is that oil field. As the oil prices go higher, tell you what, you know, like the numbers I'm giving you, you can literally double them in that oil field. Double. I've done it. You can double or triple them. And I didn't used to believe it. I thought people were lying. A quick story, a buddy of mine, before I went to the oil field, he told me, that guy's, he just casually said it. He was like, yeah, guy's making $5,000 or $6,000 or whatever. You know, like I told you guys before, $5,000 or $6,000 range for that. But that was gross I gave you guys. What he told me was he was talking about net. I was like, nah, I don't know. Nobody's out here paying that except heavy haul. Heavy haul's paying that. Heavy haul, yeah, you can net that, but there's a whole lot of hassle. You got to be really honest with yourself about whether or not you want to do that. But yeah, he was like in the oil field. He was like, yeah, guys are making, you know, $5,000-$6,000 a week. And I was like, well, he just said it so casually. I was like, Who makes that kind of money, you know? Sure enough, he's out there in the oil field. And it's out here in these containers too. You know, if you get in the right situation, there's a lot of desperation around these containers. That's the business I'm getting into. That's why you see me out here around them. That's why you see me in all my previous video. You saw containers. That's what I'm getting ready to do. That's what I'm getting ready to do. A lot of people don't know if you get in the right situation on the in and out. On the in, you make $150. On the out, you make $150 in the right situation. And I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to sell the game to you, because that's something I had to find out. It's something I had to seek. Like I said, I was listening to this guy. I'm going to tell you his name either. He said a good teacher tells you where to look, not what to look for. Like I said, containers. If you know the game, you know that there's a lot of money in them. Like I said, on the in, $150. On the out, $150. Guys in the container game know what I'm talking about. They'll say that ain't true, but it is. I did it. But I was only allowed with my own authority to go in 5 times. So I learned the game. That's what I'm transitioning to now. That's my next move. You know, that or the oil field, one of the two. Because I went ahead and got everything renewed, got all my certifications and everything renewed. So, like I said, I'm leaning more towards the containers because you can be home every day and make what I'm making now, sleeping in my truck, you know. Once in a blue moon. For the most part, I'm home Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's mainly what I do. But with the containers, you're home every day. And like I said, on the in and out, it's $300 per turn, and you're only going 6-7 miles at the most. The hardest part of it is getting in and out of the port. That takes you, and probably each turn probably takes you 2 hours, just because the lines are that long. You got to get, you know, just through the inspection, everything. A lot of stuff, the ships, you know, coming into port, you know what that is, security and all this stuff. They got to, you know, it takes time. So, you know, like I said, $300 per turn. You go in, you go out, you make $300. You take a container in, you take one out. $300, you know, for that turn, what they call a turn. And with that, you can do that upwards of 5 times a day. Now, the port is open on Saturday, so you can do that 5 times a day, 6 days a week. All right? So, you do the math. You know, that's, you know, if you did it 5 days, $1,200, you know. And I know you said $1,500, but you look, you got fuel, so just chill out on the math. I'm doing pretty good on the fly. But you're looking at you know, well, I take that back, because let's call it $100 a day fuel, right? So you make $1,500, you take up, you're talking about $1,400 a day times 5. That's $5,000. You know, that's $7,000 to your pocket, honestly. And it's jumping off like that. It is jumping off like that for real. Some of these guys are out here making that and taking it home. I mean, you know, man, I'm doing these videos because I almost feel guilty keeping it to myself, you know. I put it out there so people will know. People are like, oh, you old dusty ass truck driver just sitting in a truck, you know, blah 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 blah. You know, you got to shower in a truck stop. So what? You know, compared to what you could be doing, man. I've worked in office. I've been in logistics, you know, And honestly, I prefer this. I 100% prefer this because of what it allows me, and like I said, and what it'll allow me in the future as far as real estate goes, as far as like numbers and revenue, what you can put on paper and everything. You're just not going to do that in any other industry. You're just not going to come close. Not a working man, not a not a 9 to 5er, man. Unless you're a lawyer or a doctor or something like that, yeah, maybe. But the average guy, nah. Software engineer, okay, something like that. You in tech and everything, maybe you're fooling with them types of numbers, maybe. But I doubt it. And then honestly, I understand the amount of work I got to put in. Look, I'm sleeping in the truck tonight in a bunk. Got to brush my teeth with water bottles and stuff like that. And everything. That's what I got to do. Even though I'm going to the house tomorrow, but still, like, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. It ain't for everyone. These dark truck stops and everything. It's not for everyone. But like I said, if you bring the game together perfectly, you bring the game together, not even perfectly, but if you combine a lot of aspects of business with this and not focus on the trucking so much, and you'd be surprised what you can do. You'd be surprised. Take you along for the ride. Maybe it might just be one of y'all, man. It could be just one of you. I don't care, man. I don't care. If you get in contact with me or something, I give you the game. I'll give you the game. But like I said, I do this for just, I don't know, just so I don't keep it to myself. I decided to just pick up my phone, start making content because it's easy. I'm bored, and being here talking to myself, I can be putting purpose to it. Be back watching a movie. I'm gonna get out here and walk for about half an hour. Actually, that's another thing you need to do when you sit down. I make sure I get out here and walk about half hour, 45 minutes. I used to get on the phone, argue with my brother before he went crazy. But yeah, maybe I get my lady friend on the phone if she ain't mad about me being out here. She knows what I do. Man, she's eating alone. But yeah, like I said, that's part of it. That's a sacrifice, Like I said, I wasn't gonna be on here long. Well, maybe I am. I don't know. I don't got much else to do. Not right now, and plus it's early in the night for truck driving. I mean, I'll be up in probably another 6 or 7 hours. I have to walk around and wait because we on e-logs and stuff. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Another boring night, but tell you what, I've been doing this for probably 12 years now. I'm on my 3rd truck. And I can remember when you still had to wait till after 9 to get, to call for free and stuff, to get free calls. I remember there was no Netflix or really no YouTube wasn't really big when I first started, and but now it's like, shit, I'm gonna watch Thursday Night Football tonight in the back of this truck. Get all the news I want. I'm gonna watch all the YouTube videos I want, man. You don't really miss much entertainment wise. Look at this container right next to me, man. I do want to turn and show y'all, but man, it's bad. These containers out here, man. Big money. They are paying you anything to get them off that port. Anything. I'm gonna tell you something, a little secret. When I was step decking, They paid me $3,000 to go 90 miles because they wanted those excavators off the port that bad. $3,000. So you ask me why I'm getting back into what they call drayage. That's why. A lot of these guys don't, you'd be surprised how many people don't know, man, just don't know these things. And like I said, games to be sold, not told. So, I keep it to myself because you got a lot of ignorant truck drivers out here, man. And to the point, I don't even like talking to truck drivers. I try to avoid this conversation with truck drivers. I try my hardest to avoid talking to a truck driver. I don't really want to hear the political opinions. I want to hear about, the miles they've driven, where they've been. I really don't give a shit, man, honestly. If you're not trying to teach me something that I can use, I'm not interested. I got my own daddy. If I want to hear some wisdom stuff, the man retired at 55. If you out here driving with me at 55, ain't too much I want to learn from you. I'm 40 now. My father was 15 years older than me when he retired. I'm trying to retire soon, like in 2 years, really. Real talk, man. I could retire now if I wanted to. With military disability, I could get that to 100% retire now, but it ain't something I want to do. I enjoy being productive. I like the fact that people are waiting on me and stuff, and delivering equipment and stuff and goods, and you got to keep a factory moving and stuff like that. They're waiting on me. They need me. I like that. I like being needed. I like being productive. So yeah, I could give me $2,200 a month and go somewhere and just, buy me a duplex, a nice duplex, not a dump, but like a duplex or a fourplex, and get it built, or buy it outright. Not buy it outright, with a mortgage, with my VA, and man, a house hack. No mortgage paid by the other person, living right next to me. Give me a big one, like a massive duplex, something like 3,000 square feet. It's a duplex. That's a good size, like 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, or 2-bath, something like that. And I've seen it and thought about buying it. It's gone quick though, man. Like I said, either way, I could be retired. That's something I've thought about doing. I can drive Uber or Lyft and just be done. Because I've seen a guy doing that. He was retired, military. Making his what, $3,000 a month, 2,700, something like that. I don't know. Got an idea it'd be about 22 for me. And what's that? It's $500 a week with no mortgage. A 4-time job. Yeah, I could retire. I could retire. Could live off that. Sell everything. But the real goal is probably to get 2 of those before I make that move. Get 2 duplexes before I make that move. One on a VA and one on an FHA. You start talking about 3,000 a month, something like that. Now you're talking. Now you're talking something you could make some moves with that. You can make some moves with that. That's what most people, if we're being honest, what most people get to live off of. That's what most people get working. 36,000 a year. That's what that would be. And you just go to the gym all day, work out, lift weights and stuff. Come home, cook your food and everything. Chill. It'd be extravagant, but you'd be in the same boat as 90% of America financially, except you wouldn't be working. So you'd be better off than most. But that's something I want to do just yet. That's something that's when you gotta hit the emergency button. You see stuff ain't working out, then that's something you did. You get down to the point where okay, this ain't working out. Let me go ahead and push these chips in. Go to the cash cage, get my money, and head on out. Something I would do in the event of that situation. But I doubt it. Like I said, got an entity. It's almost 2 years old, and we were running 20,000 a month through it. If I wanted, I could get, I'd probably get 4 more trucks if I wanted to. As a matter of fact, I know I could. I have no interest in managing truck drivers. Whew. No interest whatsoever. It's one thing about, I'm telling you, in this industry, man, unless you got a whole lot of money, do not just, the numbers look great, but man, you managing these yahoos, man, I'm telling you, I know, because anytime I've driven for somebody, I've been like their best employee, and honestly, to me, that wasn't saying much. Not dumping on my own work ethic, but I'd be like, people would be so impressed with me. I'd be like, how bad are the drivers that you think I'm great? I think I'm average. But apparently I'm not. I'd be able to get a truck and trailer, stuff paid for, $100,000 worth of stuff. Which I'm not sure, I may or may not use to get my duplex. Or use it to build me a nice quadruplex in Savannah. Buy my land, and then, because the land in Savannah is insane, boy. Crazy. Talking about a lot of land. 100,000, 75,000, man, what? Huh. Just looking at that today, I was like, damn. What are you gonna do, man? The VA won't let me break that up. You can't. The VA doesn't like new builds. I learned that. Something I didn't know. Just by calling and asking, they were like, good luck with that. So, like I said, it's one thing though, man, and anytime I get stressed out, remember I got options. Just gotta keep that in mind, because I just stress myself unnecessarily. But yeah, but back to the trucking. It's a great job if you know the intangibles, I don't know if I'm describing it right. If you know what it is you want out of it, number one. It's not something, because it's honestly not something to just be doing, you know. It is, and I guess, yeah, it is, but, you know, if I didn't aspire to more, this would be miserable. Or else I'd have to go local, or, you know, I'd have to go local, or get with UPS or something like that. Or Walmart, you know, where you're making 80, 90,000 a year and it's steady, and you know, you're making that every year. It'd have to be something like that, and I'd be home every weekend, minimal. And I'm talking about every weekend, maybe home Wednesday night, that type of stuff. Out Monday morning, on Wednesday back Friday morning, you know, that type of stuff. Like I do now, really, honestly. You know, if I was to go out to Texas you know, tomorrow, I go back home for Friday, Saturday, I'd head out Sunday, arrive Monday, reload, be heading back this direction. Unload on Wednesday, go home Wednesday, load up Thursday, go from like Atlanta to Jacksonville, you know, stop at home, get up, go in the morning, unload, load the same day, go back to Atlanta, unload on a Friday, stop at home on the way to Atlanta, and load back up, probably go back to Texas, stay home, you know, Friday, Saturday, head out Sunday, and that type of stuff. That's how I do it, you know. So if you're trucking right, it almost looks like you don't have a job to people that you live near, if you're doing it right. Because that 2-week business and that 3-week business, that's for the idiots. I'm not saying I'm above it. I'm just saying that, you know, I'd try to figure something else out. But ladies and gentlemen, that's been my commentary for the evening. I think I'm gonna lay it down and watch these football games or game. Again, if you like my content, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you. Good night.